What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Something a little bit different for you here. Now, you may or may not know that I'm quite a big boxing fan. I actually really enjoy boxing. I enjoy the sport of boxing ever since I was a little kid. I can remember going over to a friend's house to watch Ben and Eubank, all that kind of stuff. I can remember all of that kind of stuff, and when Bruno won his world title, all of that kind of stuff. And staying up till 6 o'clock in the morning, trying to watch Tyson fights when Tyson bit off Holyfield's ear, all that kind of stuff. I've been in boxing for a very, very long time. I knew Junior Witter, who was WBC light welterweight champion. So I've been in and around boxing for quite a while, so it's something that I really, really enjoy. So what I wanted to do, something slightly different, was just discuss the Haye BELLEW fight from Saturday and kind of give sort of my thoughts and opinions on it. Now, first of all, I do want to say that I'm just pleased that both boxers have gone home healthy-ish. That's always the main thing when you watch something in a boxing ring, is that you want both of the boxers to go home healthy, despite the trash talk that might have gone on and all of that kind of stuff. Congratulations to Tony Bellew for winning the fight. He went out and did what he said he was going to do, but there are obviously mitigating circumstances to go with it. Now, when you look at the first 5 rounds of the fight, it was quite clear what Bellew's team wanted to do, which was to take Haye past 5 rounds in the hope that, because he hasn't really fought anybody of any note for a number of years, that he would gas. And it was quite clear that Haye's plans during the fight were to take Bellew out quickly. Now, Haye weighed, I think it's the second heaviest he's ever weighed as a heavyweight, and everybody expected him to come in a bit lighter, but he weighed, I think it was nearly 17 stone, 16 stone 9 I think it was. And that kind of told, and you could see, because he did gas as the fight went on, as did Bellew. Pretty obvious, if you're carrying nearly an extra stone in weight, you can't put on that as muscle, so it's not something that you can train. It's a lot of weight to carry, and when you're throwing punches, and trust me, I know how hard it is to throw punches continuously for 3 minutes, that'll have an effect as you move on, as the fight moves on. Now, the big controversy with this fight is that Haye either tore or snapped his Achilles tendon in the 6th round. You can see, at this point, he did look really gassed as well, is that when he was stepping back towards the ropes, he stepped and his ankle just went completely underneath him, and he couldn't put any weight on that foot, on his back foot. So what that meant from Haye's point of view is that it was impossible for him as a fighter. Now, his honey punch is his right hand, so it was impossible for him to get the weight onto his left foot, on his back right foot, to transfer it across for his right punch. So that negated one of his best punches straight away. Now, I have to give maximum respect to Haye for keeping in there till the 11th, and Shane did the right thing throwing in the towel, because Bellew was just teeing off on him. Bellew, I always call him Bellew, what a tit. Bellew was just teeing off on him at this point. But you could also see as well that Bellew was gassing quite badly, and a lot of that was down to the extra weight. Now, you only need to listen to Adam Booth when you sort of review where the fight was up until that round in particular. Adam Booth was on BBC Radio, and he said that you could see what Haye was trying to do. Haye was stalking him down. Haye typically fights with his hand low like this, and his jab pulls up like that. He's got a very, very fast jab, but his hand, he's always looking for the right shot, so his hand's down low. And what Booth was saying is that he was trying to, he was throwing hard shots, and I think it surprised him that Bellew was taking them. But when he was throwing his punches, usually one of the big things about Haye is how accurate he is, because of having that sort of one punch concussive knockout power. But he was very wild with his shots, very, very wild with his shots, and he got clipped by Bellew with a left hook in the 1st round, and you could see Haye's eyes go, oh shit, widen, and I think that he got the respect of Bellew with that shot. Now, yes, I know it got stopped in the 11th round, but Haye couldn't put any weight on his back foot, so it was the heart that he's got is just unbelievable. I've got nothing but respect for him. But it's almost like the corner should have thrown the towel in a little bit sooner, because it was clear he had an injury. But at the end of the fight, he couldn't go, well, yeah, I snapped my Achilles because of the shit that he got last time, because of Toegate, because of that incident. But should there be a rematch? if it is an Achilles, and at Haye's age, it's going to be really difficult for him to come back from that. I mean, I've had an ACL replacement, and that took me the best part of 2 years to come back from. And I'm not a professional athlete, so it's probably, you can go back in 9 months from something like that. But it's not just the physical aspect of it, it's the mental aspect of it as well. Can you put the weight on it? Can you twist right? Is it going to support you right? It's a big thing to come back from. Do I think Haye will box again? Yes. I do think he'll box again. I don't think he'll want to go out on a loss, but it's a long way for him to come back. Bellew did say that he would give him a rematch if he won, so we have to watch this space and see what happens. Like I said, at the end, it was really nice to see the two fighters embrace and squash all the stuff. I think Haye was very humbled. I think Haye was surprised at how good Bellew was. I don't think he expected him to be that good. And I'm not saying that Bellew was perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but you've got a 36-year-old Haye who's pretty much throwing wild shots and not really been active over the last 5 years. And then you've got Bellew, who has been active, has just won a world title, wasn't too long ago since he fought. Bellew always had the advantages going into this fight. And the problem is with Haye is that extra weight that he was carrying as well. Remember, he's a cruiserweight, he's not a heavyweight. That is going to make him gas to a certain extent, and he was knackered by the time that the fight got stopped and the towel got thrown in. But the other side of being knackered as well and gassing, you've got to remember as well, trying to compensate for that injury that he had on his back foot. So he's constantly trying to compensate for that and comes forward foot. That saps a lot of energy out of you as well. So it was clear to see that's what was happening. Bellew in the 6th round nearly punched himself out. But you can't. What can you say about Bellew? The guy is just. It's incredible. It's like what he said. He's the king of the misfits. It's that funny. Where he's come from to where he is now. Would I pay for box office if it was a rematch? Not a chance. It isn't a box office match by any stretch of the imagination. That's the one thing that I hate about Eddie Hearn at the moment, is that he does rip people off consistently. I remember box office only ever used to be title fights, not just grudge matches, which is, it's annoying. But yeah, I did feel really sorry for David Haye. I felt really sorry for him during the match, because you could visibly see him the look on his face was, oh fuck, here we go again. And the problem that you've got is that with Haye, there seems to be this consistent thing that when he gets into a situation, he looks fantastic, always looks fantastic, but his body keeps breaking down. His shoulder, his toe, now his Achilles. There was obviously the thing just before the fight about going to Germany that he said was a ruse, but quite clearly it wasn't. I think they knew about that and they took a chance, and the chance that they took was that they could get Bellew out there early, and it didn't happen. Bellew took a couple of his really good shots and kept coming forwards. So, entertaining fight, but not from a technical aspect at all. The one thing that I did want to mention, Katie Taylor, oh my god, how fucking savage is that woman? Watching her fight, her movement, her precision, her shot variation is on another level. It's exciting watching. I was watching it going, this woman is savage, absolute savage. Fair plays, the woman that she was fighting wasn't brilliant, but wow, savage. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Just thought I'd give my little views on everything. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please also don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. This is my Monday random ramblings, which is about boxing. Beautiful. See you later. Peace.